When I got my hat turned around, that means I'm done for the day. I'm going to give you guys a little walkthrough. This is for a YouTube upload. The Lord gave me another download today on how to retrofit this basement unit for a self-heating cooling system. I'll get into that later today. You probably have to draw out a picture or diagram. So we're going outside about 3:30. Weather is nice, about 20, it's about 75 degrees here, 70. It's going actually down to almost 0 at night. And I'll turn this around. Okay. Lexi. I'll have to give him some dandelion. I'm going to give him some dandelion and the juice and make him some CBD oil. These are the little plants to go in. And been preparing the garden. I need more of me. Tomato plants are going in. I'm glad when I get the greenhouse doing so I could do all this way in advance. So, this is it. Third pour. Actually the fourth pour if you count the foundation. 2 bags of cement, another one in the shop. Got a little bit of a void there, have to patch. A little bit off center, but not bad. These are the venting holes. There'll be chase going down. And this will be the top. Chase going down to vent out the hot air. And this will go down to bring cold air to the bottom. So it worked out good. I'll just put pipe in there, put caps on it. But for a slip form system, for 3 stages, pour it independently, it came out pretty good. Next time, I'll make the full concept. I would have to make 2 more stages of these, and but to use a marine plywood, a little bit of steel, so I'll be able to make dozens. That's the basement in here. Hello, you even got an echo, even with the foam in there. It's gonna be the dog's favorite spot. Everything's clean. I'm going to put a board going across and a pivot right in the center. I'll probably take a 10-foot 2x4 or 12-foot. I'm going to spin a circle on the grass, so this grass will be cut into an arc. Where the arc comes down here, that's where the staircase is going to come up. So this foam system, combination pour, actually was not my idea. The Lord actually gave me a vision of this, and it works. Doing it live here. That came out pretty good. Can't complain. That's my little presentation for today. Spent about the last 30 days getting to this point. There's lots of topsoil that's going to go in the top. So the next couple days, try to get this filled in, probably 6 inches from the top. And once I get the grass cut out, I can fill this in. And maybe just put a rock wall, use the rocks that I have to make a retainer, or I could pour something. Hey there, beautiful girl. Hey, Luna. Miss Luna. That's Miss Luna. She's such a lovely dog. Hey, what do you think? Hey, Nice puppy? You're a good girl. Yes, you are. A good girl. She's happy. So, this is installment number 7. And with this system here, it'd be easy to make, I was thinking today, another thing that I could get into is making hot tubs. You come up, you set everything up and pour the cement, strip it out. That'd be a little bit of a challenge to make the inside formworks, but I think it can be done. And put a nice deck on top. Ask your price. So, I would like to be able to have the funds to on my shop there to make a frame up the floor 12 by 12, 12 by 13, put a loft in it, and make a little place up top for a sleeper, just like like an arched area in the top. Frame it in. I can make all the components so I can take it apart, and have door and window and a little balcony up there, some place for my work. Gonna need a work hand, somebody to work with. I'm praying that 2 people, because I know what the Lord gave me be fairly easy to replicate, and I can make room here for a couple of people where we work together as a family. That's what the Lord's put in my heart, and that's what took place in the Sam Fife community, 1967. You know, God raised up Sam Fife and the people of the south of Hollywood, California, and they went into the wilderness and they began to build, but they worked together. That's the key. They work together. I could do that here. So you're not. So the money that you make from the company, apply the same rules. That 50% of the money that you make goes into the family fund. So half the wages that I'm paying out come back into the family fund and go back into the business, right? So the people that's working for you, you're working together as a family. So you need the manpower, you need the skill set, and what the Lord's taught me, I could share. Like this Micro Village concept, using what I'm doing now. I'd like to be able to take people off the street. Say, okay, Lord, I need half a dozen people who are willing to come off the street and begin to build community, right? And you teach them the ropes, and it could start here. Just need to make a living place get my shop in order, and so I have a decent workshop. I need tools. It's a little sleeping area up on top for somebody. I can be easy to make it into a nice little area, a 12 by 12, with the balcony up in the air, and I'd like to make a bedroom on the other side of this. And where I'm staying now, this will be the guest room. It'd be the table and chairs set up, and where the kitchen is, I'll turn the seating arrangement into like a full. I'll make a nice counter, and that would work. I'd be able to have couple people staying with me, not a problem. All working together to share the load, and that's what the Lord put in my heart today, using this concept. And as far as the heating and cooling system, the Lord just gives me flash visions. It shows me what to do, how to proceed, right? But I have to start marking all this down and taking notes. But if you got a basement like I do there, 2 foot below grade, and you could actually incorporate cooling tubes going out 4 directions, something like that, I would make 2, maybe 1, 12-foot sections. These are specially designed geothermal tubes, and where you use the earth as a heat sink for heating and cooling. So if you had a 6-inch tube within an 8-inch tube, or a 6 within a 10, as far as your culverts, your ambient air, like you make your chase system in the walls, right, where the air goes down the chase, an insulated chase, and goes into the center tube, and it comes back, and it goes into the basement. So the basement is your energy sink, and so you can actually take your hot air and pour it down to where it's going to go through the ground and it's going to cool. And I think that would work, So what you want to do is try to reduce your carbon footprint by making your heating and your cooling system more efficient. Just using the a little bit of common sense. That would work. To upgrade on that, I would go to a 6-sided basement, where you have 6 tubes going out. That's preferable. It's a better concept. And so you could actually have a team come in with a backhoe. You dig out your main part for your 2-foot basement, and you run your cooling tubes. But your cooling tubes can be encased in cellular concrete, lightweight concrete. You make a box, suspend your where your water goes through, culvert within a culvert, and you can make it in sections, right? You can make it in sections, 8-foot sections, but it's casted in aircrete mixed with foam, right? Because when you add foam, it actually is able to absorb. You're getting rid of one problem. All that white foam, you cut it up, and then you mix it in with your concrete, and it gives it brings the R value from about 2, about 1, whatever concrete is, up to about R7 per inch, which is pretty incredible. Will foamcrete act like be able to both absorb heat and hold and absorb cold? I don't know. It should be able to. I have to do some research on that. But you could actually make a little system like that, and at the end of the cooling tubes, you could actually have injected air. You could actually take ambient air from the outside for fresh air exchange. That could be done within a simple tube with a inline fan built right in. You wouldn't even notice it. And it'd be sticking up out of the ground. You wouldn't even notice it. And for fresh air return, right? And you can even make it so you could actually have what I would do on something like that. The way that it's set up, it would be possible to put in-floor heating. You can either do that in the walls or you could do that in the floor. You could put a furnace below deck. You would have a place to keep for cold storage. And because of the exposed studs, you could put your floor wherever you want it. And so it's going to work. You'll be able to walk away. You never have to worry about your little tiny home freezing or getting overheated, because it's self-maintaining to a certain extent. Maybe not 100%, but maybe 30-40% self-sustaining. So I guess I'm going to have to take all the different things that the Lord gave me over the years and start making a portfolio. So what I'm thinking is a page, a document You know how videos come up where they all go together, or something like that. And you know, you could take a look at the Eden Project. You see a picture of it. You just press the button, and it comes up like that. That'd be a way to share. And we'd like to turn this place into a. I'd like to register. Uh, Not a bed and breakfast where people can come into a woofer community. It's not big. We're gonna have people come from all over the world come here to taste of the goodness of God. And we're gonna have some people on site here. I need at least one person full time staying with me to help me with the dogs and other things, and also with the business and another helper. And turn this into a woofer community, and I can make a little guest house there where people could come. You would have room for a couple of guests, and you get paid for it. You know, I think it'd be pretty cool. And yeah, it'd be nice to have a little bit of diversity here. And we could all sit down at the table here and eat, and it'd be beautiful, beautiful concept. And especially with the when I make the sauna is going to be the cat's meow. Everyone's going to want one. I'm telling you. You know, the problem is, you know, God's the creator, right? The Holy Spirit is the creator. But people get jealous. People get jealous when God gives you things and it works. They shouldn't get jealous. They should thank the Lord. And so my far vision is to take people off the street like Vancouver, and to be able to put together a micro village here in Boston Bar, North Bend. And I already got the start of the buildings. It'd be far superior to the teeny tiny homes because you're using the earth for natural heating and cooling. You're making your double dome greenhouses for growing food. So you're not going to starve. You can trade vegetables for fish. It'd be nice to be able to set up a 1.33 acre complex here with 6 housing initiatives. They could be either single, they could be double, like a binary system, with a greenhouse in the center, or they could be a trinary. But I think I'm just thinking. There's 2 different ways you could do the greenhouses. Either can make it like a dome type with the buildings on either end, or you could have a hexagonal centerpiece. Then you could have your little tiny homes going out for that. That'd be more of a village concept, and it would work. So you'd have a little micro village, or if it's not, not one of these teeny tiny houses, it'd be a place for your RV, right? Or you could have a combination where you could park your RV out there, and you would have a place to come into, right? And I'm kind of seeing a larger concept, about a 32-foot geodome. When you walk in, you actually have an elevated platform for where you could have dinner, like a little staging unit inside the greenhouse, like an atrium kind of thing. It'd be very, very pleasant. And you're all set up where you could actually do cooking, right? And you could actually use outside the dome structure. You could have an extension. I drew these up before, but I think we're coming into a time that it needs to be put into practice. So you could have like an outdoor surround where you could do your canning, your kitchen, whatever. It'd be a gathering point, and so we need to get all these concepts down, and make it so it's accessible. Make these special projects available on YouTube, but also on Facebook. Facebook has a lot of potential, especially in the pics, in the videos, and the albums, and all that. And they really need to make use of it. But a little small woofer community here, a couple of people, to where they can help me, to get a business off the ground at some point, and and to build this geodesic greenhouse, and then make that as a presentation. I'll have to make the models and make it as a presentation to the Enhancement Society in a couple of weeks to see if that's going to fly with them. It wouldn't take that much, but they could go to the government and get a funding for stuff like this, right? Because they're already registered, and yeah, you can start building these 32-foot geodomes in town, fully set up for sustainable growing year round. It'd be incredible. And you can even make it if you put a welded base on it with struts coming out, a place where you could actually put in a strut, and you can put a wheel attachment on it. And you can make it so you'd have a hydraulic pump on there where you could jack it off the foundation, and you can move that geodome anywhere on the property. That'd be so cool. Absolutely be possible to take a whole geodome, 32 foot across, raise it up and move it. Absolutely possible. You just actually need 4 wheel sets on the rectangular part, and you just raise it up and take it off. There might be some kind of application for that, you could turn the whole thing into a chicken house that way, right? Where you could raise it up and you can move it, push it to another area. Or if you want to really get fancy, you can make it so that it spins around in a circle. You got your chickens inside, and every couple of days you move it, so they got a new place to eat the grass and all that, right? So you could actually have grass fed, but they're well protected. The Lord gives me hundreds of ideas like this. I just haven't shared, but I know it's time, and I love it. It's like the Lord has custom designed me to make anything. He's the inventor. He just gives you the downloads, right? He gives you the ability to create. I love to create. I love to create. I want to do it for the good of God's people. And to be able to start here, and maybe Boston Bar, North Bend, that could be the start of a 1.33 acre micro village for 12 families with the center part. And it's so easy to do this work, to pour these basements. It's so easy. It's taken me a little while doing it by hand, and that was probably a 9.5 to 10 hour pour yesterday. And but all set up, it would be possible with a crew to go on site, and you'd have to do the digging in advance, or have someone meet you there. We could actually dig out your footings, and so you set up, you totally set up your before you pour, and come back the next day and pour. You spend all day having 2 cement mixers going in tandem. 6-7 yard pour. It's done. You come back in 3 days, you strip it out, and you start detailing the inside. You could also prepare the basements. You pour the basements and come back, and you have your teeny tiny home on your trailer, your structure, and you just jack it up, move it over top of the basement, and set it down, and you're finished. You can move in. And I think it would work. As far as size wise, you could go 100 square feet, and you can make it doable. I think an 8 by 12 would work. An 8 by 12 would be a pretty good pour. That's probably 10 yards, 12 yards of concrete, or something like that. Well, you could just pour the basement part. You wouldn't have to pull the whole thing. I would go 2 feet below grade at least, probably 32 inches below grade, and 32 inches above grade. So your floor would be at grade. And so you would have 32 inches above grade. That would be all cement. You would have to cast in your doors and things like that. But then you bring your building and you put your building on top. You could use hardy board siding on the outside because it's fireproof. Just a simple concept that's going to get you by. Right? You could use hardy board for the ceiling, or for the roofing. You might even have hardy board roofing. You don't have to worry about fires and hot ash. And it needs to be done. I know it's possible. If you got the crew, you wouldn't have to. Maybe a crew of 3 crews of. We'll have to figure that out. What your plan would be, your time frame would be, developing a 1.1 1/3 acre micro camp within the space of 40 days. And that would be the concept for making a micro village. So if you got your formworks, if you could do a form every week, that means in a week's time, you would have 2 weeks' time, you would have all your spent structures in place. You'd have your heating, cooling, geothermal in place. And you could start developing your footprint. In 40 days, it would be done. You got room for 12 families in 1 acre. Yeah, and your center part uses the relocation platform technology coupled with a 32-foot, or might even be a 24-foot geodesic dome. I don't know if I would go a double liner or not. And I probably would put a buffer system in it. You might be able to suspend a dome on the inside, where you could actually clip it in place. It might be possible, but it would take a little bit of custom work to be able to do that, be able to sew everything together like that. But I think it's possible. And start getting all this stuff down to where you could you go to my pics or videos, and you can see the concept. And so I could have a whole page, probably with 1, 2, 3, 12 different ideas that you could check out, right? To make it accessible. Anyway, it's almost 30 minutes here. I'm going to sign out. Feel free to let me know what your comments are. Pray about this. Give it a like and share. This is Don Taylor coming to you from my little place here in Boston Bar, British Columbia, Canada.